The $10 million tip. How a waitress's lucky ticket turned into a legal nightmare. She was tipped a lottery ticket and became a millionaire overnight. Then came the lawsuits, the betrayal, the kidnapping, and a bullet to the chest. In today's story, we're diving into one of the most bizarre true crime spirals in recent memory. The case of Melissa, a small-town waitress whose unexpected $10 million windfall turned her life into a courtroom circus and nearly got her killed. This story has everything: jealousy, greed, lawsuits, violence, and a final twist that left even the IRS scrambling. Melissa Green had never been lucky. She worked the graveyard shift at Louie's Diner, a truck stop eatery just off I-70 in Oakdale, Missouri. The kind of place where the coffee's burnt, the jukebox skips, and the regulars tip with spare change and cigarette coupons. Melissa was 31, divorced, living paycheck to paycheck. Her ex-husband, Dean, still harassed her with late-night voicemails and court filings over missing property, a busted fishing boat. She wasn't thinking about the future, just the next shift. But one Friday morning, a man sat down at the counter. He ordered black coffee and scrambled eggs. His name was Cal Whitaker, a retired mechanic and regular. Quiet, no kids, wore a Cardinals cap every day. When he paid his $8.47 tab, he left something extra on the receipt. A lottery ticket. Won it in a vending machine, he muttered. Lucky you. Melissa laughed it off, thought it was a joke. But that Saturday night, the Powerball numbers were announced. 10, 18, 22, 36, 42. Powerball 12. She checked the ticket 3 times. Then again. Then screamed. $10 million. After taxes, she'd walk away with around $6.2 million. By Monday morning, Melissa's photo was on the front page of the Oakdale Gazette, grinning next to a cardboard check. She didn't mention Cal. Not publicly. Within days, the phone call started. Co-workers, Brandy, Cheryl, and Linda, who had jokingly said, "If one of us wins, we split it, right?" were now asking for millions. One even claimed they had a verbal contract. Then came Cal. Quiet, humble Cal, now saying the ticket was never meant to be a tip. He just accidentally left it and wanted it back. Melissa refused. She hired a lawyer. But Cal wasn't bluffing. He sued for ownership of the ticket, claiming he'd never intended to part with it. The co-workers followed with a civil suit, citing verbal agreement and unjust enrichment. It became a national story. The waitress versus the world. Reporters staked out Louie's Diner. Online forums exploded with armchair legal theories. People picked sides. One attorney called it the first multi-claim lottery scandal of the decade. Meanwhile, Melissa stopped appearing in public. She moved out of her apartment and rented a small Airbnb outside town. Security cameras. Privacy fences. The pressure was crushing. But what no one knew was that someone had been watching her for weeks. Her ex-husband, Dean. Dean had a long rap sheet. DUI, domestic violence, firearm possession. Melissa had left him 4 years earlier after a violent incident involving a kitchen knife and her dog. He saw the news, knew she'd cashed the winnings, and he wanted his cut. One night in late March, Melissa didn't show up to a scheduled Zoom call with her lawyer. Her phone went straight to voicemail. It took 18 hours for police to respond to the Airbnb. The place was empty, dishes in the sink, front door unlocked. Gone. Her car was found 4 miles away, abandoned on a dirt road. No fingerprints. No blood. For 2 days, Melissa was missing. Until she wasn't. On the third night, around 2:15 a.m., a 911 call came from a farmhouse 15 miles outside Oakdale. The voice on the line was Melissa's. She was crying, out of breath, holding a phone in blood-soaked hands. Police arrived to find her hiding in a crawlspace. Dean had taken her, zip-tied her wrists, driven her to his cousin's abandoned property, and demanded she transfer $750,000 to his crypto wallet. She stalled, lied, waited for her chance. When he passed out drunk, she broke a glass bottle, cut her ties, and grabbed his handgun, an old .38 tucked in a tackle box. She shot him once in the chest as he lunged at her. Dean survived, barely. He was arrested on the spot. Melissa was hospitalized for shock. The fallout was massive. Dean was convicted of kidnapping, assault, and attempted extortion. He was sentenced to 28 years in prison. The co-worker lawsuit was dismissed. The judge ruled that jokes made over coffee do not constitute legal agreements. Cal Whitaker's case dragged on for 8 months. He eventually settled out of court, reportedly for $250,000. He died 2 years later of heart failure. But the final twist? The IRS. They audited Melissa's winnings, citing gift tax rules. Because Cal had originally purchased the ticket, they argued she may owe millions in unpaid taxes. It led to another court battle, where Melissa's legal team argued that the ticket was abandoned, not gifted. After nearly a year, she won. Melissa no longer lives in Missouri. She changed her name, moved to Oregon, doesn't give interviews. She kept most of the money, but lost her job, her friends, and her privacy. "I'd give it all back to have my old life again," she once told a reporter. But even that life wasn't all that good. Sometimes, the luckiest day of your life is just the first step toward hell. If this story left you stunned like it did us, from a $10 million tip to a near-fatal kidnapping, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the dark corners of true crime. But now we want to hear from you. Was Melissa a victim of pure greed? Or did she make the mistake of accepting a gift that was never hers to begin with? And if you were in her shoes, would you have pulled the trigger? Backhand index pointing down, let us know in the comments. We read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life twists, betrayals, and unsolved crimes.